Hello, welcome back to Crush'em TV, and here we have a sad story. 28 people injured in a shooting at a nightclub in Little Rock, Arkansas. And one thing I found odd, I found this story on rtamerica.com, and if you go to RT America and you click on the America section, this is, as you would expect, a huge front page story. Covers like a quarter of the page. So I went to the American news sites, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, all them, and it's buried. It's not front page news. You would think this would be headline, lead story maybe, or one of the leads, and it would be a huge story that they would all be talking about it. But when I went to the the so-called mainstream websites, which I call the fake stream, the most any of them had is a little one-sentence thing, little one-liner. And it's buried way down there where it doesn't jump out at you. You wouldn't even see it. Why the hell ain't they talking about this? So then I got to looking into it. And, as you read through here, you find out that 28 people have been injured. Nobody's died, at least at the time that this article was written. It was a result of a dispute at a concert, and what this is, it is a hip-hop club in Little Rock. It's primarily a black event, and they had posters, which, let's see if they show the posters down here. No, okay, the posters must have been visible at another link that I looked at. But it was a rap concert poster, and on the front of it, you got a bunch of different black rap artists that are advertising. And on the front of the poster, which is kind of what they were making a deal out of, is that it shows the guy with a semi-automatic, like, pointing, and I think they did that kind of suggestive that somehow it was the fault of the advertisement, which I personally don't buy. But 25 of the injured people had received gunshot wounds. And the incident took place at the PowerPoint Lounge in the city of Little Rock around 2:30 a.m. They're investigating. There's multiple victims, no suspect information at the time. This right here is a cell phone video. Taken by somebody inside, which I'm not going to play here. I'll leave a link. You can go play it for yourself if you want. But it's dark and murky. You can, kind of see some people up on the stage, and then all of a sudden you just hear a whole series of pops. They described the shooting as mass chaos. Initially they had said that 17 people were injured, but of course later that increased to 28. 25 of those were gunshots. The other 3 is people that were injured in the rush to try to get out. And the only other thing that they really say is that they didn't think it was a terror incident at all. It was just a dispute in the concert. These are all pictures of the building. And, if you do some Google searches at the local news station, which is the one that had the posters, you can also see they show you some of the windows that got, shot out. One victim who was previously in critical is now stable. So nobody's died, which is amazing considering they shot so much that they hit 25 people. And you know what? I was upset about this for many reasons. That a lot of people got shot. And here you got a bunch of these thug hip-hop types, and they shoot so many bullets that they hit 25 different people. But yet they're so shitty at shooting that They don't kill anybody, which is a good thing. But it's from the standpoint of a gun owner and whatnot, when you're that bad a shot that you shoot so many things that you hit 25 people, and the most is a wound, it shows you just how bad and horrible these people are, and how unthinking and uncaring. They're just like trying to create chaos and doing crazy random stuff. It's like these guys can't hit anybody unless there is a little innocent child to kill, which we've all seen the stories of all the drive-bys. The only time they actually seem to actually hit and kill anybody is when it's not the person they're trying to hit. It's when it's a little kid sleeping in a house. Luckily here, there weren't any little kids, or else they might have actually killed somebody. I know some people aren't going to react good to that comment. They're going to think it's a bit smart-assy, which it is. But, it's like the only thing these damn wannabe thugs can do is kill little kids that aren't their intended victims, and they're such shitty shots, they unload entire clips to hit 25 fucking people and don't even kill anybody. Which is a good thing. I don't want to see them killing anybody. But I'm just saying that this is how horrible and bad and rotten they are. And where the fuck is BLM? A single white guy kills a single black man, and that guy happens to be wearing a uniform. It's mainstream news. It's blown up all everywhere. It's a big, giant, huge issue. But here you have a black nightclub, which if you play the video, you'll see it's, most of the folks in there are African American, and the artists that were playing were and stuff. So here you have black on black violence again. 28 people shot. Not a word out of BLM. I look on all the mainstream news. I look all over. It's not even a big thing. There's no big protest. There's no screaming and jumping. If they really care about black lives, then this should be included. I'm not saying don't talk about the other things, but I am saying this should be a major talking point. Stop going around killing each other over dumb shit. Luckily here, nobody died. But, you don't solve your problems with guns and shooting each other because you're mad over something, or because you think somebody disrespected you. And this is a problem in the community that BLM won't address. They should be... If the mainstream news isn't making this a headline story, they should make it a headline story. If BLM will stop chanting dumb shit like kill cops, or kill whites, or any of their other racist bullshit, and if they will instead start including things like addressing this, and making a big deal out of it, and giving these guys just as much hell as they would a cop, then they're going to start to get major public support. But when they rattle about a single white guy shooting a single black guy, and to them they make that a big giant thing that they frickin' riot and burn stuff down about. But then here you got some black guys that shoot 28 other black people, and then BLM doesn't say a word. No, they're not going to get any respect. No, they have no legitimacy. When they won't talk about the major problems, or make an issue out of it, or make the fake stream media pay attention and start dealing with this, instead of it being a little one-sentence blurb, people that are critical of them, like myself, are not going to believe they're anything other than a racist organization, because the only time they seem to care is when it's a white cop. It's the only time they seem to care. You know, so if they really care, and I believe they should, then they should make an issue out of this. And it frustrates me that this is buried on the American media, that BLM is silent. You know, they make all their racist comments, but yet they won't deal with stuff like this. And the only place I see it as front page news is RT America, which people try to disparage as being a non-American website, even though it's actually run by Americans out of Florida here in the U.S. For the American portion. And they're the only ones that actually seem to care. You know, the people that a lot of other people claim aren't American, or that they're supposedly working for the Russians, you know, they're the only ones that actually seem to care. So BLM, if you're out there and if you're listening, do something. Do the right thing. Talk about this. Make it an issue. Care about this as much as what you would if it had been a white cop that walked in there and shot 28 people. Because if that happened, you'd be rioting, burning down the neighborhoods. But because it was some black guys that shot 28 people, you don't say shit. And that's wrong. Hopefully some other people out there are going to like this and agree with me. You know, so I'm going to continue to do videos like this. If you want to support the channel, hit Patreon. Remember to do like and subscribe and share the video. I hope y'all have a safe 4th, no matter what your skin tone is. I care about everybody. I don't want to see this junk happen to anybody. I think it's friggin' horrible. And it's more horrible that certain people won't talk about it just because of people's skin tones. That's a load of crap. Hope y'all have a safe 4th. Take care.